Hi guys, it's Sheena from Teton Raptor Center, and I hope you've enjoyed getting to know my coworkers these last few weeks as we've been taking turns with these patient update videos. Before we get started, I just want to let everybody know that right now our rehabilitation clinic is so busy with birds. This is our busiest time of the year, and so this update is not going to cover every single patient. So if there is a bird that you would like to know more about, feel free to send us a text and just inquire about whichever bird you're looking more into, and we'll be able to text you back with an update. So let's get started with this week's video. To start things off this week, here is a picture of great horned owl 7-8. This bird was found caught in a window well, was brought into our center, and was a quick turnaround as we found no injuries. He must have just gotten stuck down in there and couldn't get back out. So here he is being released back out into the wild a couple days later after a clean bill of health out in Teutonia, Idaho, where he was found. Moving on to our current patients, here we have baby Swainson's hawk 7-4. This bird came in on the 4th of July and was actually found outside of its nest and was picked up by the homeowners. So they weren't sure what was going on with this bird, and they had it for a few days and were feeding it and trying to take care of it as best as they could. It turns out that the food that this baby bird was being fed was not the type of food that raptors eat. And so instead of being able to re-nest this bird, we had to bring it in for treatment. So just something to keep in mind if you come across a baby bird, make sure you call your local wildlife rehab center, because these homeowners were wonderful people and just wanted to help this baby and make sure that it was safe. And they didn't know that the food that it was being fed can cause all sorts of issues with their diet. And so we're treating this bird right now on supportive care. He is on supplemental oxygen just to help move things along, but we do have him on fluids and we're doing some blood work. He's on some iron supplements to help keep him healthy, and he has started eating a diet that's much more healthy for him. Next up this week, we've got common raven 630 that was found here in Jackson, Wyoming. This bird came in with a broken left leg, and the bone that he broke in particular is called the tibia tarsus. Here we are doing just a little change on this bird's wrap and cast. So we've got a splint in there that we change out every 3 days just to account for any swelling, and we always want to evaluate how things are progressing. So far, things are looking really good. We also have to take the splint off when we take new x-rays every 7 to 10 days, just because that splint does have metal in it and we don't want the metal to be showing up on the x-ray. So typically we remove the cast and we provide cold laser therapy, and then when we're done with physical therapy and cold laser therapy, we put the cast right back on. Next up, we've got red-tailed hawk 611, and this bird came in with a broken left wing. The wing is healing really nicely, and the bird has been here just about a month now. So we were able to remove the wing wrap and allow this bird to kind of be in a larger enclosure where he or she can kind of fly around a little bit more and test out the strength of that wing. And then eventually we'll be moving this bird into an even larger space and encouraging him to fly even more until he's ready to go into the flight barn and practice flying for being out in the wild and practice hunting. Last but not least this week is Osprey 530, and this bird came in due to a fracture in the right radius as well as soft tissue damage to the crop and the left wing. So a lot going on, but here he is just hanging out in his PCU. He's actually munching on his fish. That's what he's got locked in those talons down there, and he's doing well so far. So we'll keep monitoring this bird's progress and more to come. All right, that's all we've got for this week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed learning more about our birds. Remember that if you want to do your part to help keep wild birds wild, you can make a donation by visiting us online at tetonraptorcenter.org or click the donate button in the link below. And just remember, if there is a bird that we didn't cover in this week's update, send us a text. Our phone number will also be in that description below. All right, bye guys.